I'm not mistaken. It's Wednesday. So, and a whole bunch of earnings coming out this week. So, market might be turning on earnings a little. As far as numbers this morning, the durable goods already came out. Otherwise, nothing at 9 o'clock. All right, come back up here now to 63 area. Quickly rotating up here to 63. Weird little market last night as it opened up and they rallied, continued to rally. So we opened up at the 60, come up here to 63 now, see what it wants to do. Make sure you keep your stops in place. Again, that first bar always a little bit more, has more energy than most. And we're getting that right now, so be careful. Yeah, I mean, there's always some kind of tariff talk. All right, we got down here to 61, got up to 65, so you got filled there on the 64, and came up there and bounced off of the that and came back down to here to 61. Hopefully, you got filled there, take some profits. Especially we got filled on the 64 area. Nothing wrong with taking some profits here. Okay, and if you still have them, working them, keep your stop in place and shouldn't lose any money on the trade. He's having a little feud with Canada anyway, so I mean, anything he says has to be taken with a grain of salt when it comes to Canada, I think, but it's my own opinion. All right, coming back down here. Again, take some profits off, and if you have any left over, see what you want to do. Especially the first bar of the morning is always a little bit more tenuous and a little bit more volatility. I always talk about that. Okay, giving us a couple points and see if we can't get a little bit more than that now. If we try to turn over. All right, well, just went up to 65. Again, if you got in there at 64 also, should have been okay with that. All right. Take some profits, move on. Our next level on the upside we're looking at is up there at 73. All right, 73 is our next level on the upside. You can see there in the chat. So we have our two Super Bowl contestants. Both of them exactly what I said would not happen, who I didn't like. That was a weird Denver game yesterday. No, I mean, just a strange game. I mean, obviously the snow didn't help, but yeah. Then it ends up on a stupid call. That was ridiculous. All right. Continues the uptick here. Mhm. Coming up here to 73 area. Now I will say that I like Seattle. Again, defense wins. I thought LA would. They played okay. Seattle's just a little better team right now. All right, coming up here to the 73 area. We'll get up to 275 there. Hopefully, you're in there at 72. Taking a little bit off here. See what. Yeah, nice rally here, right? Crazy. All right, look in this area here a little bit. See what we want to do. All right, we did get the 72 there. Getting a nice little rotation here. Did not get to 73, unfortunately. So be a little bit careful if we get back up to 73. All right, coming back up here. We're on the same bar, so if you're still leaving it, that's okay. That's how I always have to look at it. But again, if you made money on the 72, you want to be a little bit more conservative. Definitely do that. Again, everybody here trades differently. I'm just throwing different ideas at you. All right, now we're getting to 73. Again, we're on the same bar, so you could have left it in. All right, nice little rotation against the 73. And again, if you left the 73, getting a nice rotation there. Again, you could have made a case for leaving it in, like I said, because of the same bar. So definitely had a reason to keep it there. All right. I'll try to stay short here again. Try to do that. All right. Nice rotation against our 73 area, whether you got in early or you got the 73 itself. Either way. No, we're definitely in a new bar now, so 74 probably wouldn't be doable. A little choppy here, but nice rotation there against our 73 area. Next level that we're on the up. So there you go, Michael. Good job. Ooh, quickly rotating back up here now. Looking at the 86 area. Very rambunctious market this morning. It's rambunctious. 86 is our next level on the top side there. Okay. Very choppy. Very, very choppy here. All right, we continue to rally. Looking at the 86 area next. Okay, very strong little rotation back up here. Very strong rally. Amazing. I said nothing surprises me these days with these markets. Just come in here, have an open mind, trade ebbs and flows, move on. Try not to guess what trade markets are going. Seeing what happened last night, opened up almost 80 point, 100 point rally from the lows last night till this morning. Crazy. Who knew? Hope everybody's staying kind of warmish outside there, unless you're in Florida. Otherwise, it is cold all over the place. All right, again, coming off here a little bit, a little support right now. I know it's all the way down there, probably be around their pivot area there, 55. Otherwise, just be patient here. We did okay with a couple of our levels. The rally market is tough to trade anyway for us. All right, continue to uptick here. We're looking at the 86 area. Yeah, got up to 79 and change here. Coming off a little bit. Again, let's just be patient. All right, continue to stay here on the good on highs. We're looking at the 86 area next. And let's just be patient here. Couple nice rotations against our first couple levels here. So look around with being a little bit patient here. And take a market gives us rally markets again, always tough for us to trade. So the fact that we even got something out of them, it's good for us. Should be lucky. All right, well, I'm taking got up here to 80, looking at the 86 now. Now we're just kind of bringing it up here on the highs. All right, well, we're kind of hanging up here against the 80. Kind of came up there, did a nice little double top there. Came off here a little bit, kind of taking some of the steam out here of the market and really rotated up here. Now it's just kind of hanging up here. Um, a little support would be around the 66 area if you're a little aggressive. Otherwise, you can see our blue bands coming in there around the 57, 58 area. All right, well, we're just kind of hanging up here on the general highs. And a lot of earnings this week. And that is, and I think it's also the Fed has got the meeting this week on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So it's interest rates, which I think I have to confirm that, but it's so. But definitely a lot of um, earnings coming out. So Okay, just now we're just gravitating up here to the upper end of this range. All right, the market kind of turning over here a little bit. Very, very slow up here. And I got up here, and then they pulled the market. They pulled the plug on the market. We did have a couple of nice opportunities there against our first couple levels, and then just kind of hanging up here. So patience important. And wait for an opportunity. 86 on the top side here. Little support again, like I said, if you're a little aggressive around 66, you got our blue band there underneath. So I don't know if we're even gonna. It definitely might be range bound here for a bit. Just be patient. All right, well, we kind of broke down really fast and rallied really quickly back up here. A little tight little range, but see if we can get above 80 here, 81, I should say. Need to get above 81 to maybe push up here to the 86 area. Yeah, definitely the Fed is coming out the rate decision on Wednesday. All right, come back up here to this minimum high. All right, again, up here on the highs, trying to extend here a little bit. Looking at the 86 as our upside level. All right, gonna stay a little bit long here against the 80 or push up here to the 85. Definitely a reason to get long there above the 81. We said if we get above 81, could rally a little bit. We're looking for the M in 86 area. Market trying to uptick here a little bit. At the next area up here we're looking at is the 86 area. Again, trying to keep it a little long here once we got above the 81. All right, again, you take it along there. Nice little rotation. Get in here against our 85. Your first exit. And see if we're going to get short here against our level here. Again, we suggested a little bit of a buy there above the 81, above the double top. Nice little push back up here. Looking at the 86 area, which we're getting right now. All right, see what we want to do up here. Make sure you keep your stop in place no matter what. Okay, just working this 86 area here. Yeah, working this 86 area. So what we wants to do up here. Again, make sure you keep your stops in place no matter what. Okay, again, if you don't like the price action, you have choices here. You can scratch some of them. If you're trading multiple contracts, if you want to get out because you don't like the price action, you can do that too. It's up to you. If you don't, just leave a little bit, see if we can get this rotation here. And either way, you kind of minimize your risk a little bit. Okay, trying. Again, like I say, you can minimize your risk by scratching some of them if you don't like the price action, and that way, in case it extends here a little bit, like it's trying to, we uh, should we cover our butts a touch. It is just hanging up here. It's trying to turn over for us. If you have any, if you still have, you didn't get out, or if you still have a little bit left, can't get a little bit of a rotation here. It's trying. Again, just keep your stop in place, and then if you got out, if you scratched or whatever, next level on the upside we're looking at is up there at 96. Let's just try to see if we can get a little bit of a rotation here. Otherwise, keep your stop in place. It's fighting. There we go. Trying. All right. It is trying for us. Definitely have to work this one a little bit, right? The other ones were a lot easier. This one's a little trickier. But hey, can't be easy all the time. We would like it to be, but it's just not happening. Sometimes you just got to work a level. This is one that we're working. All right. Well, at least we got a couple points here. Again, got up to 88, so it's not like it was. I mean, 87 was our top side, so it's not like it ran away from us. We just had to work it a little bit. So we just had to hang in there with it a touch, and then see if we can't get lucky enough to get a little bit of a rotation against it. And finally did give us this rotation. Now, if you're trying to stay short here, you could. If you have any left over, I said you can scratch and leave a little bit left over, minimize our losses there if you were going to take a loss. And then we finally got this rotation that we were hoping for. Took a little bit of time, had to work it a little bit. I mean, like I said, if you got filled at 87 to your 2 points, I mean, you're taking 3 points from the top. So, I mean, my stop would have been at 90. That's not what I would have had it. That's where I would have had it. That's where I have it anyway. So it wasn't really, just had to work it a little bit, scratch a couple, and then just left the rest and see what they wanted to do. And that's what you got to do when they were not getting there. But it did stop there, and it did trade, and you just had to hope that the Bears were going to win that battle instead of the Bulls. All right, well, nice little opportunity there for us again. Just had to work it a little bit. Mike, good job. All right. Support right now again, we're around the 66 area if we get down there. All right. And again, if you're trying to stay short against that 86, if you have any left over, get a nice little rotation here. Again, you get out of some, you get out of some more to take a little bit of profit and maybe keep one or two for a little push to the downside. So make up for hanging in there with it, gets paid off. And if we again 60, it's coming down here to blue band's coming there around 60, 869. All right, nice little opportunity there for us. If you did hang in there, we have to work that one a touch. And it's okay, worked out, I think. A little support would be around the 70 area. For those who are a little aggressive, or a blue band's coming in right there if you're looking for a rotation to the downside. Okay, well, quickly floated back up here. Next level of resistance on the upside, we're looking at the 96 area. And we could maybe kind of just range out ourselves here for a bit. Who knows? All right, looks like we might be range bound up here at this level. Oh, we shall see. We have to be patient though. All right, looks like we're going to be range bound here for a little bit. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Next upside level is up at 96. You might have to be a little bit patient here to get up there. All right, we're definitely range bound, kind of sticking up here on this upper end of this range. Our next level on the upside we got there is at the 96 area.